Okay, setting up a hip thrust. There's a number of ways to do it. Now, a lot of gyms or home studios don't necessarily have a hip thrusting station because they're obviously dedicated to that movement. So we use, obviously, a bench. Now, these benches are generally a little bit higher than what is needed. However, it's still functional, still works perfectly well. But it's getting into position, knowing where your feet go. Because if your feet are placed too far forward, you're going to overload your hamstrings. If they're placed too far back and the knee ends up over the toe or close to, you're going to overload your quad. Obviously, the objective is to work your glutes. So here's a good tip on how to ensure that you set up your foot position correctly on a bench. So get into position first, sitting on the floor, legs out in front of you, elbows on the bench to give you a bit of a lever. Now, where your knees are is where your feet will go. So all I need to do is go 1, 2, lift, and straight away if I thrust, you can see I've got that right angle on my knees, and that's where I need to be. As I said, if they're too far forward, the load shifts that way and you're overloading your hamstrings. If they're too far back, knees go forward and you're overloading your quads. It's a subtle difference, but it makes a world of difference. So wherever your knees are placed, that's where your feet go. Try that next time when you're setting up on one of these. The setup is pivotal. If you can get the setup right, you enter the exercise with confidence, knowing you're doing the right thing and you're loading the correct muscle. Give that a go next time on your hip thrust.